Okay. Hello and welcome back to the Grandmasters League. This is round 6 of 7 and I am currently spectating the Viper in red up to the north of the map. His opponent today is DauT, the very legend himself, and this game, well, these two games that they're playing today are very important. I'll explain about that in a moment, but what have we actually got them playing as? Well, Viper is playing as Vikings over here and DauT playing as Vikings also. The map is Baltic, and this is the home map choice of the Viper, and this map is oftentimes played at very crucial sort of stages of tournaments and things. We saw Baltic in the finals, I think, of the semi-finals of the Masters of Random Map tournament. We saw this map, Baltic was the last map between DauT and Jordan 23 in their $5,000 Best of 21 series, and this map is now included in the set between the Viper and DauT himself, and this is important set because if the Viper comes away from this set 2-0, then he will be on 14 points and he will be clear of the league. He will be well ahead of everyone else, and even if people in second place now win 2 games in a row, which is their round 6 and round 7 games, they still will not have enough points to beat the Viper to the number 1 position. The Viper, if he wins both of these games, will be the victor of the GML Season 1, and we haven't even got to round 7 yet. That is how far ahead of the rest of the crowd he is. So this is an important game, and it's interesting to me that the Viper has actually chosen Baltic against DauT, because DauT, if you remember correctly, between the best of 21 between him and Jordan, he actually won that best of 21, and this was the map that he won it on. So this is quite a cool map to be playing on right now, and I'm hoping we see a pretty darn good game. Of course, Baltic is quite well known for being an easy wall on the side and a big rush in the center, but of course it's also possible to sneak a villager through. We've seen that already, where DauT didn't wall properly. It might have been Continental or something, but no, it wasn't Continental, it was definitely Baltic. He didn't wall properly, and I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but they managed to sneak a villager through. It was DauT, actually, managed to sneak a villager through, and DauT ended up paying for that. So these players are going to have to be on top form today, and definitely the Viper and DauT, I imagine, will be, as they are very well known players for playing at top form when it comes down to it. So let's have a quick look at their maps then. Well, DauT over here, we're looking at his gold at the moment. He has quite a lot of gold very close to his TC, but all of his gold is over to the right of his map, so he's probably going to want to make sure nothing comes through on this side, because if the Viper does decide to end up sneaking a villager through or something, all of his gold is in one location, and that does make it a little bit harder for him to actually deal with any harassment that might come in from this location. Viper, on the other hand, his gold is all at the back, but wow, what horrible position on all of these gold piles. He cannot put a town centre on any of this. It's too damn hilly, and he will not be able to get a town centre on there at all. He might fit a town centre in this corner, but it's not the best position for a TC, as you can't put farms around it. There's no wood near to it, and so Viper's gold in a really awkward spot back here, and it shouldn't affect him too much, because it's not likely that he's going to be harassed on land anyway, but it is just going to be a bit of a pain in the ass when he gets up to the castle age, if the game gets to that stage. It will be a pain in the ass because he won't be able to put a TC on gold over here, which means he's got villagers walking backwards, walking over there to find a place to put a gold camp and all that, so a little bit awkward position of the gold for him, but other than that, there's not really so much to look at during this. There's a lot of extra sheep around though, and that's important, that the players try and pick up those extra sheep as best they can. They can prevent you from making farms all the longer, because in water maps it's very important, very important, that you don't make a mill for as long as possible. Just getting in there, DauT going to take out that boar, should be alright for him. Yeah, it's very important that you don't make a mill for as long as possible, because that mill costs 100 wood, and that's 100 wood that could go into making a dock a bit earlier. It could be 100 wood that goes into just turn this down a little bit. It could be 100 wood that goes into making another galley, and that could be the difference between winning or losing. So it's very important to stay off of mill for as long as possible, and that's why you don't see players taking berries for quite some time. You won't see them taking berries this early, and usually by now, if this was Arabia, there'd already be 2 or 3 villagers collecting berries already. There'd already be a couple of farms out with the villagers that are hurt from gathering the boar, but that is not the case because they want to save as much wood as is possible. So finding those extra sheep is very important, and players will be looking to find them as best they can. Viper here with a nice deer patch, and if you can, it's better to mill the deer than it is to mill the berries because you get a lot more food off of that a lot faster. But there's not that many extra sheep around for the Viper at the moment, and it looks like he... oh no, never mind. I thought for a second then he was going to click up, and I was like, hang on a minute, it's only 6 minutes. There's no way he'd be able to click up just yet. We'll probably see 2, 3, or even 4, more likely, fishing ships from all of them, or both of them, before they click up as well. And for the time being, I'm going to keep things on a little bit of fast speed, speeding on up, because there really isn't that much to see right now. We will see some grushing coming in really shortly, and you'll know as soon as they're going to start going up to the feudal age, because all of these villagers will be moved to wood, and 3 or 4 will be sent over to gold. And I really want to watch in depth about how pros play water maps, because myself, I want to play a lot more water maps than I do. I really enjoy water maps, and I think they're awesome to play. Perhaps less fun to watch, as there are only one real unit that you use. But Viper now up to the feudal age. DauT just clicking up to feudal right now, and he is a little bit further behind. He has got 24 population. The Viper is on 24 as well, and sorry, DauT on 25. That's probably why he was a little slower, but he's not going to be up to feudal that far behind. He will be a couple of seconds delayed, but it's no big deal. They've both got 4 ships out on the water, and Viper will be adding in that extra dock very, very shortly, no doubt. No doubt. No, DauT is here. One thing that is nice about Vikings, not only do their ships cost less, and they their ships cost less, but also they get wheelbarrow for free once they reach the feudal age, which gives them an absolutely awesome economy. And a lot of players, they fight desperately to get wheelbarrow, and it's been quoted by Hassan, as I've already said, that the Viper will try and get wheelbarrow as early as possible, around 15 minutes, and it's so important that you get it, because it is the key to having such a strong economy. So Viper is going to be, well, they're both going to be pretty happy, or anyone who plays Vikings is going to be happy that they get wheelbarrow for free once they reach feudal, and handcart for free once they reach castle. That is really important that, that they do. Sorry, not really important, but it's just very good that they get that. It helps their economy out massively. So there we go, Viper up to the feudal age already. DauT actually on 25 house pops here. He needs to get a house up, and oh, he is making a house. That's lucky, because the last thing he wants is to get up to the feudal age and not have a house to make galleys straight away. We're seeing 3 docks straight away from him. Viper knows what's up, because he's got his scout there, of course, and he's even going to harass that villager to slow the dock down, which is good for him. That's of course going to give him a little advantage with getting the docks, because he's only got 2 docks of his own right now, but he's actually starting to take these deer, and that's kind of cool. He's also, well, he was walling this off, he has walled this off, just to make sure that DauT doesn't sneak anything through. So we're seeing 2 docks from the Viper right now, 2 galleys coming straight out, but DauT going straight up to 3. 2 galleys coming straight out of here, but the question is, if he goes up to 3 docks, can he produce galleys from all 3 at once? The chances are he might not be able to actually get enough wood in order to continue production out of all of these docks consistently. And we might see now, when these 2 galleys come out, he won't actually have enough wood to go for another 2. It looks like he's going to be a little bit short. So Viper may just actually be slightly further ahead with galley production, even though the DauT is on 3 docks right now. It's probably likely that he will be able to continue production actually, but he is going to need houses. He's got himself housed, and that is certainly not good. 2 galleys out on the water for each. The Viper still on 2 docks, just adding on a 3rd right there actually, so he's going to be just up to 3 right now, and galleys being produced from each, of course. And now we're going to have to pay attention, because it's very important not only to try and win the water, but getting a decent castle time. That's something I personally struggle with. Trying to get a really good castle time whilst doing a really big grush is kind of important. DauT now adding on his 4th dock, and Viper going to be adding on his 4th pretty soon, I think. But the difference here is Viper is taking deer, which does mean he has to worry a little bit less about food, because obviously not having any villagers gathering any food, sometimes you can find yourself, crap, I'm a little bit short on food right here. But right now Viper's gathering deer as well, so he should actually be okay for food for the time being. If you have a look at the food count, he's a little bit further than that, but it's not really that different at the moment. But Viper going to try and snipe some of these fishing ships, and that is going to help him out massively. Not only is it really important to take the water, the reason that you want to take the water is to keep your fishing ships alive. Some nice galley micro here, trying to avoid all of the shots from DauT as best he can, and the game seems to be running a little slow, but then again it's a little bit too fast on fast as well, so I'll try and flick between the two when I find it necessary. DauT now sensing that he's going to be struggling a little bit for water, probably going to try and get some fishing ships from the Viper, but the Viper, so many ships already out. He just timed his 3rd dock so well, and he's still just on the 3 right now, yet he does still have so many more galleys on the water. DauT, it seems, not producing from all of these docks consistently. He can easily add more in, but he's not adding more galleys in right now, and that is just going to mean he's going to fall further behind in the water right now. And Viper, I don't know how many fishing ships, oh sorry, not fishing ships, how many galleys he's lost, but he's certainly been out microing DauT right here, because look how many galleys he has, and DauT is just not going to be able to take the water in this situation. I can't see how he's going to be able to do it. It's certainly not looking good at all. Neither of them with fletching just yet. It'll be a while before we see that, because they're mostly going to be focusing on getting the galleys out. But Viper just so in control of this, so in control, with so many more galleys out on the water already. Still producing from all 3 docks. He doesn't have the 4th dock, but DauT, having 4 docks, doesn't seem to be able to make much use of it, and he stopped galley production altogether. What is he going to transition into? He could try and sneak a villager. He's sending 2 villagers around on this side. The Viper, of course, has walled this side off, but this side is open, and DauT now, knowing that he's lost the water, or knowing that he's going to have a very, very tough time getting back onto the water, is likely to go over to the left of the Viper's base with an archery range or 2 and try and forward and attack with archers. Of course, the Viper is going to be, you know, sensing that something's up. He's going to realise, you know, DauT has stopped creating galleys right now, and so DauT is probably going to try something else. As you can see, no galley production still from him, and so Viper's going to see that. He's going to think, right, okay, something's not going to be out of the ordinary here. Viper already adding fishing ships on, and he knows now he's got the water. He's going to make the most of it and get as many fishing ships out on there as he possibly can. Fishing ships are going to give him such a huge boost to his economy, and DauT has got one option, or 2 options. He can A, try and get some galleys stored up in his docks and try and just snipe the ships from DauT, fishing ships, and not go for his galleys, because he knows he'll lose if he does. Or B, he can go and send villagers around over on this side to try and attack the Viper at his base and destroy his economy on land. Because if he does do that, then he might be in with a little bit of a better shout of winning in the long run, as without water it's going to be very, very tough for him to get a better economy and get ahead in this game. So DauT starting to go around right now. He's had a little bit of unfortunate, a little bit of misfortune even. 2 wolves attacking him on the way. If he's not careful, he might run into this one, but if he doesn't run into this wolf, he will be okay with 2 villagers. But this villager looks like he's got a death wish. He's going to run straight over to that wolf, it seems, and that wolf is going to eat him for breakfast, because DauT looks like he's going to run straight at it and lose a villager here, which is certainly not going to be good for him. But Viper, back at his base, he's got such an easy wall on this side, it's not even funny. He's got an outpost over here. He knows that DauT is going to be coming, and he's stone walling himself off. He's got a barracks right there as well. This villager, actually not going to die. That wolf attacking the female. Obviously he likes the idea of female blood a little bit better, and DauT now going to throw an archery range down here, hoping that the Viper has not A, seen him, or B, walled off. Unfortunately, Viper has walled off, and he is now going to be storming ahead. Plenty of fishing ships going to be on the water. He's got a good 4, 5, 6 already. He might add some more on a little bit later as well, and of course going to be patrolling the shores of DauT here to make sure that DauT does not get any more docks out on the water and try and take the water back. It doesn't look like DauT's even going to try. His docks are completely idle right now, and that is rather unfortunate for him. Archer's coming out at the archery range over on this side. He's going to try and look as best he can, but I think the Viper just exited that there. He sees the dead wolf on the shoreline, and this is how much attention to detail he pays. He sees the dead wolf, and he knows that DauT is forwarding him, and he's just, that attention to detail, that realization is just really, really good. He obviously knows now that that DauT is got a forward, and he's already walled anyway, but even if he hadn't have walled already, he would have seen it in time, and he would have been able to wall himself up before the attack from DauT came in. So Viper, just so much attention to detail, absolutely well aware of what is going on right here, and DauT now looking like he's in a little bit of a bad spot. 36 population, even with archers. Viper on 51, and a couple of archery range going up on this side. He might decide to make some skirmishes, but I doubt it, because it's not going to be anytime soon before DauT manages to break down this wall. So Viper going to click up to the castle age. He's making some archers right now. He's got all the time in the world, and he can upgrade those to crossbow before DauT even breaches his walls, I think. DauT now going to be in a bit of a bad situation. He's going to realise, oh crap, there's a cliff here which I cannot pass. There's an outpost there, so the Viper knows I'm here, and the only place I can get through is this side, and of course the Viper's got a barracks and a stone wall right there, and it's going to be a long time before DauT is going to break that barracks down. So the Viper in such a nice position right now. His position is just the most ideal you could probably get. He's going to finish up these docks right here, and is he going to be making more fishing ships? Nope, he's making a transport ship. So it looks like to me that Viper is actually going to go make some crossbows. He's going to go and land them in DauT's base, and he's not even going to bother about paying attention to this at all. He can easily wall behind this barracks still, and DauT saying nice walls on both sides. Of course, this side is walled off as well, and Viper, not really known for walling, might come as a surprise, but then again, why would he not wall? It's such an easy wall to make. He would be, you know, jeopardizing his chance of winning if he didn't wall. So why not? Watchtower going up for DauT. That's going to help him take down this barracks a little faster. If he does take down the barracks, then obviously he's into Viper's base, but Viper knows he's there. He's got plenty of time to prepare, and DauT now up to the castle age as well. Viper though, already nearly up, and he's sending his archers across now to DauT's base. Of course, he's got vision on the shoreline. He knows exactly where DauT's TC is. He knows exactly what's up, and he can send his archers over this side now and start to do some damage to DauT's economy. And I don't know if DauT is going to try and hang in there much longer with archers in his base, and with the fact that he knows the Viper has got plenty of fishing ships out on the water, he might decide to call it a little early, but he might just be able to do something here if he manages to take this barracks out. He's attacking it with the watchtower, he's attacking it with the villagers, and it's going to go down eventually, but it's just whether or not Viper's going to be able to do enough damage in the meantime to make him realise that, this is not good for me at all. So we'll get his vision. He's going to see him coming in right now. He sees the archers right there, and these villagers are going to be toast very shortly. Viper now up to the castle age. We'll see from his archery range, crossbowman straight away, bodkin arrow straight away. He never misses a beat, and these villagers looks like they're going to get trapped here. Viper, of course, just bringing his archers around. They're way too far from the TC to get back in time, and Viper could clean up 4 villagers for free right now, and that would be pretty unfortunate for DauT. Of course, he needs all that wood he can get. He's still trying to get through this barracks right now, but the Viper, of course, going to have some archers in place. They're going to be crossbowmen very shortly, in fact in just a second, and they are probably going to be able to defend quite easily there. +2 attack for him, +2 range as well. Crossbowman upgrade complete, and now DauT, I think he's going to have to give it the GG fairly shortly, because I can't see what he's going to be able to do here. He's making a couple of skirmishes in defense. He's not one to give up easily, but unless he gets this barracks down and manages to do some damage to the Viper's eco, he's not going to be able to draw things level at all. Viper, of course, picking off archery ranges, not archery range, archers and villagers that are building this attacking this barracks, and he's going to be able to hold this attack off, I think, for the time being. He can easily create more crossbows back here and defend quite nicely, and DauT now is up to the castle age, so we've got to bear in mind he's going to be researching crossbows crossbowmen. Oh, no, now he's up to the castle age. He should be researching crossbowmen pretty shortly. Maybe he'll go for elite skirmisher as well, but he will be getting bodkin arrows straight away. Crossbowmen being researched right there as well, and he's desperately just trying to get into the Viper's base. And of course, it's taking so long to take this barracks out, and it's just going to be such a long time before it goes down that the Viper is probably going to be able to defend quite easily. He's getting a second TC up now over on this side, so his economy is still looking pretty strong. The Viper on just the one TC right now, no chance of getting another one up anytime soon, because he did build that tower and he's not taking any stone just yet. So some more free stuff for the Viper to kill over here, more dead villagers and the like. Is he going to send more units over in the transport ship? Doesn't look like it. Looks like he's just going to keep some units at home to defend against this, because that barracks, it will go down eventually, and DauT will be into the Viper's base. I think though, if this gets cleared up, then I think DauT may just resign a little bit sooner than expected. I do think that the Viper could get a siege workshop right now. That would just be great. A siege workshop would just flatten these crossbows and there'd be very little you could do about it. But look at the scores. The Viper very, very far ahead right now, and he's going to get cleaned up in the back of DauT's base. Got a free kill before he left, and there we go. But DauT now so far behind, because the Viper still does have all these fishing ships, which should be gathering big fish and not the little tiddlers. But that's oh, there we go. He just realised as I said it. It's like he's reading my mind in the past. But then again, that's just bullshit. There we go then, siege workshop coming up for the Viper right now. We see a mangonel coming out of there. The barracks is going to go down, and what can DauT do? That is the question. I don't think he's going to be able to do all that much. The Viper does have his crossbowmen ready to defend, although he's outnumbered by DauT here. The Viper should be able to get a mangonel out in just a second and defend very easily against this. Of course, they are equal for upgrades. They both have the defensive upgrade now as well, and now it's just going to come down to micromanagement. It looks like Viper actually doing some nice micro there, managing to pick off 3 crossbows for, well, 4 for 1 at the moment, losing another one. But Viper, some really good micromanagement, managing to avoid a lot of the crossbow shots from DauT, and both of them just going back and forth, trying to get as many kills as they can. But Viper certainly coming better off right there, and I think he may have just drawn the numbers level, if not further ahead. The mangonel on 75% right now. Viper going to have to, of course, move some villagers away so they don't get sniped, but I think the mangonel going to come out, and I think that might be it for DauT right now. This is pretty much all he's got in this game. There's the mangonel. He managed to flatten half of them, and now Viper's going to come in and clear the rest up, and the GG from DauT comes straight after, making it 1-0 to the Viper. Oh, what a tense start, because if Viper wins the next game, he's won the GML. It's one game between DauT now that stops him. DauT is going to want to win that game, because he wants to win himself some prize money. I mean, who wouldn't want to win himself some prize money? He's currently in a joint tie for second position. Giving himself an extra point now might lead him into the second place in this tournament, but that's the question. Can he beat the Viper in game 2? Well, if you want to find out, then stay tuned, because it's going to be coming up right now.